it's appropriate that we're standing here looking up at Governor George Pataki's portrait. Because I remind you that Governor George Pataki spent his entire career in Albany fighting the campaign for fiscal equity. He's the governor under which we heard that an 8th grade education was enough. Well, what we're going to hear today and what we have found is that this budget would take us back to the days of when pre-CFE, back to the days of when George Pataki was governor and was fighting funding increases, fighting equity. This budget would be devastating to our school children. I don't think anybody believes it really wouldn't hurt kids. Let's be honest. You cannot take $1.5 billion out of our classrooms without hurting our school children. We have these cards today. We have 40,000 cards being delivered. There are 30,000 cards that have already been delivered to state senate offices by AQE and Citizen Action and New York Communities for Change. Each card has an individualized note on it. You should read some of the notes. I'll just read one right here to you that examples of this. Alexis Lemaire from Catskill says that kids need a safe, positive learning environment. Deborah Charlton from Liberty, New York, a focus on special education students' achievement, technology, meeting the standards. Guess what? Nobody writes in here, oh, we need pensions and pay raises. That's not people's focus as educators. People's focus as educators is kids. That's the fact. It costs money to educate kids. This budget would be devastating. And one of the reasons it's so devastating is because the priority in this budget is to fund tax cuts for millionaires. We need the governor to step forward and provide some leadership to help get fair budget here by not eliminating taxes on the wealthiest New Yorkers. The fact of the matter is, New Yorkers are not fleeing the state over these taxes. Most New Yorkers of all income levels support these taxes. The first year this tax was in place, there was an increase by 35,000 in the number of millionaires in the state. I didn't make that number up. It came off the pages of the Wall Street Journal. Okay? So those are the facts, and kids are going to pay the price. And I got to say that neither the Assembly budget nor the Senate budget gets us where we need to get. They restore 1/6 of the cuts. So do the math. If there's 18 or 20,000 jobs going to be eliminated under the current budget proposal, you take 1/6 of those and put them back, you're still going to have 15,000 or more jobs eliminated. And for a kid, whether the job is eliminated through a layoff or attrition, the impact is the same. They lose a teacher in the classroom.
Postcards and handwritten letters to legislative offices all across the state. We're still delivering. In fact, today and tomorrow we have additional deliveries in Buffalo, Long Island, and Syracuse, here in the Capital District and District offices. And these cards are coming from and being collected by parents and students who just can't believe that New York State would do this to our schools. They can't believe that we're going to look at losing 18 to 20,000 teachers, that we're going to eliminate early childhood education, pre-K. Some districts are eliminating full-day kindergarten. In this day and age, when our kids have to compete in the 21st century, be ready for college, be ready for a job, we're going to take away their kindergarten classes for half of the day. Our members are writing these cards, sending these messages, because they can't believe our state would not prioritize our kids over millionaires. And every single day we're getting more people calling, more people writing, more people asking their legislators to take another look at this budget, to review their one-house bills, to review the executive budget, and to put more money back into education. We really recommend that all of our legislators and the governor read these cards, read these messages that we've been delivering, the tens of thousands they already have, the 40,000 we're bringing today, and give some more thought to what they can do to reset the state's priorities before they come back and finalize this budget. The state's priorities have got to be with our kids. We've got to invest in our future. We cannot have these kinds of cutbacks in classrooms, in pre-K, in kindergarten, in after-school programs, in sports, arts, music, and in the size of our classes. We're talking to districts where they're looking at eliminating 25 to 30% of their staff. Imagine a school eliminating 25 to 30% of their staff. As parents, our folks just can't imagine how their school is going to be operating in September with that kind of a staff size. They're already struggling. Most of the schools that are worst impacted by this are already struggling, already having a hard time getting kids up to grade level, graduating, being ready for college, and now we're going to go backwards. So we strongly urge from Citizen Action that the legislature and the governor work together to increase the restorations to school aid and to prioritize school aid and our kids over a windfall to the wealthiest New Yorkers.